What's good, old heads? We back. It's your boy, Mr. Michael.
And the Mac Diva, Big Gwen.
Yes, sir. You see she got a smile on her face laughing already this morning. We ain't even did nothing yet.
It happened before the camera started rolling. Go ahead.
Yeah. Y'all missed it. We didn't get that one. Diva, I done seen some bullshit online, man.
And tell me about it.
Now, I was sitting up, every once in a while you be scrolling, flipping through Facebook and shit like that. I seen a couple of images. First of all, I want to share something with you. So I'm not going to go into detail. I don't want to talk about this topic just because I don't want to be one of them ones. I ain't trying to eat off this situation. So it's a lot of shit going on. So I'm leaving that shit alone. But I saw an image that I was like, I got to share this with Diva. I laughed because me and you was just talking about this movie and now I can't get this shit out my head. So I'm going to pop this picture up and I just want to see your reaction to it.
Okay.
I can't get this shit out my head now, man. I've been looking at
No, I got one, but it said that he's out here looking like he worked at the Mighty Body, like he worked at the Mighty barbershop, and it was Arsenio Hall, but he looked just like it. When he was in.
When I saw that shit, though, I was like, man, now me and you were just talking about this, but now I can't get fucking Claude out my head now.
Okay, Claude, that's my name. Yeah, that they don't put some age on. He get out and put that black shoe polish in his shit.
Man, listen. Like I said, I ain't gonna touch on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got my thoughts and perspectives. We all do. You know what I'm saying? But right. I ain't trying to.
At this point, that's one of them things that's on my I'm so sick of hearing about it list. It's gonna play out and it's gonna do what it do. I'm so sick of people that don't know shit about shit talking about it. It's like I can listen to it all day and a whole bunch of the wrong shit.
Yeah, and that's my thing on it too. It's a lot of people out here that's trying to eat off this shit because it's good news. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to eat off that. And at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like we listening to little random shit and little snippets and this, that, and the other, but we ain't like nobody out. We don't none of us, nobody that's saying anything about it, no shit. We don't know shit.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So it's unfair to everybody that's involved for us to be on here trying to give our opinions of shit we don't know nothing about.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion. That ain't nothing to do with me.
Yeah, and then on top of that too, there's real people involved in this that have been hurt or are in the process of being hurt. Lives being changed. All that. Like I ain't finna do that. So y'all, I apologize if y'all was looking for that. You know what I'm saying? I just thought the picture was funny as fuck. I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about Claude, but
it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to go somewhere else for the conversation.
I ain't been over that nigga house not once. I can't speak on that.
Not once. I have no idea where he lives.
I wasn't even there. I ain't even get to
I ain't never seen the pool.
And people be talking crazy about it, but it's like, if they had invited your ass to a party, you would have been at a Diddy party.
Come on.
You would have been going and would have been the first person. Some of the scissor dipped in your cup. You would have been drinking Kool-Aid.
And like you said, with Bill, would have had the cup like this.
More, please. I ain't even talk about it, but yeah, that was funny. And then he did look just like Arsenio Hall though, because he got that odd ass face.
Man,
that's just a fact.
Now I got both of them in my head.
But we don't talk about it.
Oh shit. I'm sorry.
And that is seriously one of those things that, like, a picture is different, but that's seriously one of those things. It's on my I'm sick of hearing about it list.
Yeah. And listen, never mind. I'm gonna let it go. Because the thought, I'm gonna let it go. Let's move on. I do have something though. I do have another picture I want to pop up there that made me sick to my stomach, and I actually do want you to talk about this because I know you got real feelings about something like this. So
What?
I saw a picture that was posted. I actually saw it this morning, and the question was, one of these got to go. You've seen those pictures like that, right? One of these got to go. Now, usually I pass these things up. I'm like, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, some of the people that they put up there, there's no deciding between those.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, this isn't even a fair conversation.
There's no deciding between them because they all a bomb, and some of them it's like these people don't even match. Matter of fact, you could take 3 of these and leave one.
You know the funniest part about it though, too, DV, is most of the people that be posting that shit have no idea about some of the stuff that some of the people that's on there. Like they don't even know that most of the people that post that shit don't even know the history, don't know anything about their discography. It's just like they just think it's something cool for clickbait. But I did see one this morning that got my attention, and you had been talking to me about this person. So when I saw this picture, I said, this is not even a fucking choice. I don't even know why these people were put together, but I've got to have Diva react to this. So, Diva, the question is, one has got to go. Who is it?
Oh, shit. I need my glasses, man. I can't even see. Hold on.
I can tell you who they are. On me? Yeah. So you got Nicki Minaj.
See, that's the problem. I don't have Nicki Minaj. That's what you don't realize. I don't have Nicki Minaj. I see Lauren
Hill. You got
and Missy.
And Missy.
They don't actually belong together, but come on now.
But I know you don't be nice. You don't never be nice.
You don't, because never mind.
I done frustrated you too early this morning.
I'm not doing this with you. Come on now. Lyrically, be but 2 of those up there.
Agreed.
But yeah. But your girl ain't got no business even in that. That's not even it. She should have been on a little thing with if you're gonna put her with some old school people, put her with hoes with attitude.
That part. That part. No, you're right. Like when I saw
they was just that. Yeah.
You're right. When you talk about lyrically, you're right. Only 2 of them should be on there. But the thing about that is when you talk about contribution, when you talk about when you talk about overall, period, I get it. It's a lot of people, and it's gonna be some hate about this video because how you hating on Nicki.
Hey, if you like it, go on with it. That's your shit.
Yeah,
but she's got a cult following too, so it'll be some negativity, and I don't really care about that because anytime you praise another single human being to that degree, I don't want shit to do with you anyway.
Right.
That's some real shit. You can fan out, you can be caught up in the fandom, but these motherfuckers will argue with you like you talking about their child about these people, and I just can't deal with that. That's unhealthy.
Yeah.
Right after I just said I'm healthy loving for Ice Cube.
I know, right?
And I would talk shit about. I don't even know him. I'd be going on defending that ass. Don't you say that about OJ.
Nah.
But seriously though, I'm supposed to love him because I'm a woman. Goddamn it, bitches be out here just.
I agree. She got a cult following
too. They be like they just want fuck, so they like you trying to say she don't got skills. Nigga, sit your 70-year-old ass down. You not the one, bro.
I know, right?
No.
I know, right? No, I agree. She does have a cult following, and listen, if that's your shit, that's your shit. But I mean, when we talking about just overall artistic talent, I'm sorry,
Right.
that picture don't belong in there. It just don't. And the only reason why I brought it to your attention is because one of the things that you despise about the generation that we in right this second is how little love they show to Lil' Kim. And people
Right.
people don't realize what like without
It,
her, y'all, you don't have none of that. Huh?
It just pisses me off when people say, well, she talked about sex too. And I'm like, yeah, but she was lyrically fantastic though. She could talk about other shit.
Yeah.
Everything that came out her mouth wasn't that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say even if that was the case, the way she, like she lyrically, the way that she put it together, the way she formulated, even if y'all was talking about the same shit, she's just much better at talking about it than you are.
I just had somebody say the other day we was talking about, I don't even remember what we was on. Oh, it was actually one of those things. And somebody said, well, look, Kim ain't never wrote nothing. Biggie wrote all her stuff. That's why Biggie wrote all her stuff. That's why she didn't do no better. She didn't do nothing after he died. And I'm thinking, who are you? Wait a minute, what?
And where are you getting your information?
And I said, where are you getting your information? I was like, okay, at least Nikki write her stuff. Yeah, well, I would hope so, because it's super childish. I wouldn't want her to put that shit on nobody else. I don't want to put that bullshit on nobody else. I would hate to think that it was a grown man writing that shit. But yeah, they said, I was informed. I was like, shit, I never knew. Wow. All these years growing up and reading liner covers and whatnot and watching her do freestyles and whatnot, I didn't know she wasn't talented.
Yeah.
Man, it took a 22-year-old. It took a 22-year-old to tell me that.
Look, that was the end of the conversation right there.
I had been learned today, okay?
Listen, you could have led with that. It took a 22-year-old. The conversation's over now.
Mm-hmm. It took a 22-year-old. I said, okay, baby. Yeah. But when I was there, you give me information. That motherfucker said, I ain't one of your little friends. Yeah. Because you one of my little kids.
Hey, no, you didn't pull out the okay, baby.
Yeah, okay, baby. I'm gonna let you run with that. It's all gravy.
Hey, did you know that I'm loving this, what's going on right now? There's an influx of need for, older artists who are willing to be themselves and not try to conform. Like people our age and even a little bit younger than us, but like we want to hear some real music again. And I kind of think where music went, you know what I'm saying? Because it presented an opportunity for real music to come in and show out again. There was a, you know what I'm saying? There was a need, there was a demand for real music. And so because of that, some of our old cats are like getting back in the game. And
that's true. But that's not just rap either.
It's all genres, yeah.
That's just hip hop. Because when them cats came out, the Sacred Souls and that Can I Call You? I don't know if you listened to that whole album, but that whole album is like low riding 50s, 60s type shit, and it's the bomb. And I love that so many people love it, because the same way that every girl sound like they whispering for a while, every song come out, you can't tell who it is, because everybody doing the same shit. That was something different. And I'm like, oh shit, hopefully that'll catch on. You showed me a young cat too. I can't even remember where he was from, but he was singing, he wasn't singing Change Gonna Come, he was singing At Last.
Oh,
you remember that young guy you showed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Bring that back. No, he wasn't singing At Last. He was like, was he singing I'd Rather Go Blind?
Yeah, you talking about the Etta James song.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was singing I'd Rather Go Blind. But
Yeah.
but shit, ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I love that
Yeah.
type.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
it became a thing right now.
Yeah, the industry, because of where they took music and hell, I would like to say even some movies lately, you know what I'm saying? But the way that they've taken things, it's created a demand for some real shit. So whether it be,
Right.
you know, R&B or rock and roll, and even some of the younger cats are actually, you know, going back and starting to get into like the real music. And that's what I'm loving to see. Like when we watch the Coast Contra, you know, you got some, you know, some young boys that understand, you know what I'm saying, hip hop, and it's like that's a beautiful thing to watch, man. It's beautiful. But
Right.
I said that I started the conversation to tell you about, you know, some of our generation that's getting back in the game, and I saw a post, so I went and read the article, and it's true. You know, well, first of all, most people don't even know Idris Elba. You know, the actor Idris Elba. You know, like his first love, his first passion is music. Like he was a DJ all his whole life, and he still DJs over in
So
you know,
you gotta
overseas.
tell me talking about you can't pronounce his name the way it's supposed to be pronounced. You gotta call him Idris Elba. Now people know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about Idris. We're talking about Idris Elba.
Hey, listen. Hey, all right. I didn't get the pronunciation correct. I apologize. But no, people don't know that. People don't know that he's actually you know, he's actually been a DJ, you know, for years and years and years. And even now, as famous as he is, he goes and DJs, you know, parties and clubs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even still to
I've
this
seen
day.
some footage.
Yeah,
I've seen some footage.
So anyway, to make a long story short, your boy Slick Rick is dropping an album supposed to be released in June.
I'm buying it.
And it's supposedly produced by Idris Elba.
I'll buy it. I'll buy that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a question.
I think they said June 23rd or something like that. The album is scheduled to release, and it was produced by Idris. Or Idris.
I loved it.
I apologize.
Idris. Ew.
But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, that's what's up. That's what's up.
And I'll definitely buy that. You don't got to worry about me. I'm first in line.
Yeah, me too. The ultimate storyteller.
From day one.
From day one. So what's good? What's good, Diva? I got another thing I want to talk to you about, but I'm gonna wait for a little bit.
Go ahead. Shit, you on fire.
Hey, no, because I saw another one of those pictures, you know, things where people was like, you know, who is the best and who is this, that, and the other. And honestly, so I'm gonna say this to you. When I saw this picture wasn't actually, it wasn't all the way wrong. I didn't hate it looking at it, but I think the people, I didn't hate it. I wasn't doing the men on film, but I think whoever created it has a poor perspective on what it is he asked the question about. So he asked, what was the best rap duo of all time? And then
did he have?
I'm going to show you the picture.
Okay, because I was just going to say it wasn't a multiple choice question.
Yeah, it was, and I'm going to show you the picture. And then he put these on there, and I didn't hate it, but I felt it needed to be elaborated on because I think he has a poor perspective. First of all, while I say I don't hate it, in this group of people that you have up here, Pusha T and No Malice should not be on this fucking list. Find two other people. They shouldn't be on there. I'm sorry, because they don't. That's an immediate dismissal.
So, I don't know why they on here at all.
So I'm gonna give you what my take is on it, and you can tell me what you think about.
Oh, it's not asking you which one is the best. It's saying these are the best. Okay, all right, now it makes sense. Yeah, but they ain't got no points on there. You correct.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give you my perspective on when I saw this because, I guess it's about what you call rap duos. See, I would love to have actually found out where he was going with the post because I didn't copy or clip the words.
I was going to say because is he just putting two people together on some and Eric B and Rakim? Well, that was a DJ and a rapper.
Yeah, there you go. So listen, it's funny because you and I are so much alike. Because when I looked at this, I said, but that depends on where you're going with this because there's truly only two duos on here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Big Boy and Andre, duo. You know what I'm saying? You got Havoc and Prodigy, who was a duo. They started out as a duo. Everyone else are solo. Well, you got Eric B and Rakim, but like you said, they weren't a rap duo. That was Eric B and Eric B was the DJ. Rakim was the rapper. That's not a rap duo. Eric B didn't rap.
Everybody else is not. You just put people together.
You just put people together.
That did work together. Hey. All right.
And if you going, between Big Boy and Andre and Havoc and Prodigy, listen, I gotta show love. Prodigy was the truth. That boy can spit.
Absolutely.
But we just got done talking about this. There's no comparison to the impact on what they had. That like Andre, Outkast is the best one up there as far as an actual rap duo.
Right. I'm confused about Killer Mike and LP.
Yeah, because that's not a duo. I don't know. They did a few songs together. That's not a duo.
Yeah, and having done something together, that's not
now,
the same.
I will say this. There is a two other rappers up here who have actually done whole I'm not gonna say just one collaborative album. They've actually done work together. You know what I'm saying? And that would be Mos Def and Talib Kweli.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about pure lyricism, like I don't know if there's a better lyrical combination than Mos Def and Talib Kweli, but I don't know if
they are so far apart and together that it's ridiculous.
Right.
But that's a whole nother level of that's a whole nother level for me.
Right. So no, like I just wanted to see if you saw it the same way I did, because when I saw this kind of stuff, I'm like, I wonder.
Method and Red do good together and apart, but there wasn't an actual duo. These people were never like in a group, and I don't know why Pusha T is here. And then No Malice.
Yeah.
No Malice.
Nah, I was just curious on your take. I wanted to see what they were going for, because honestly, I don't see how any of this actually fits. The
I've never
conversation.
seen Pusha T even as a heavy. That's probably it's not. I'm not gonna say probably, but out of everybody up here, that's the only section that I can't recite a single line from.
Right.
It's not a game.
And honestly, as far as best rap duo of all time, that's so hard. That's such a difficult. I don't like this whole the whole GOAT conversation and all that kind of stuff.
Everything is a competition, because it doesn't have to be a competition. Either it's good or it's not. You like it or you don't. It doesn't have to be a competition. And I don't know what it is about this new generation that everything's got to be a competition, or that everybody wants to out somebody or cancel somebody or make everything competition. I saw something on Facebook. He getting down, found the video to the Double Dutch bus and was like, Missy thought she was slick. Now we know where she got it from. She never thought she was slick. It wasn't here. Motherfucker, we understood it. She was paying homage when she did it. How do you feel like it was like, we found the original? You didn't find it. It wasn't here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know about that shit. What are you talking about? And that's why she did it. I don't try to make everything a competition, but it's cool,
The funny thing is they don't realize most of the shit they listening to now is stolen.
Thank you. Ain't nothing new.
I remember back when Lil Wayne had did the plate of fish, which is my favorite dish. And everybody swore up and down, oh, that was so cold. That was so cold. It's like it's like,
and it was also
I didn't hate Wayne for doing it because I knew it was a tribute when he did that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the young niggas that was listening to it was like, oh, see, that's why Lil Wayne is like, y'all don't realize it didn't. That's not where it started. Stop.
At all. Like it was a fire. It was a fire line, and it was decades old.
Yeah, decades old.
But that's what it is. Because see, at least he had the knowledge when he did it. So you got. I mean, that's the good part. At least he had the knowledge when he did it.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about that. Even if somebody else did.
When did we get into that? When did we get into that place in music or as a whole to where people stopped giving respect to what came before them? I mean, now you see them starting to do it again.
But see, the thing was, it's about you not giving respect and then you acting like it's cool to not give respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you just don't matter care about they old asses, like, nigga, if they old asses hadn't been doing what they was doing, you wouldn't have this bullshit that you listening to now with all these birds chirping and shit. You know what I'm saying? You took something that was perfectly beautiful and fucked it up, and now you want to talk shit about it. It's like, damn. Not gonna respect what was 100% better than what the fuck you doing and paved the way for your shit. I don't get it, but it's okay. You want to copy everything that you did and then dog them. You can't do that.
See,
you can't have
and once again, hold on, because this is gonna sound like a hate speech. Let me clarify it again for those who didn't listen to us when we clarified it before. This is not hate towards evolution or the new music, because I be hearing young niggas say that all the time. He just old as hell. He just hating on, this is not us hating evolution, because we've all been a part of that. When we was coming up, even our music was new, and our parents used to say, what is that mumbo jumbo? You know what I'm saying? So we've all been a part of that growth and the evolution of music, movies, life, period, as a whole. We're not hating on the growth. What we're hating on is the disappearance of the passion. That's what we hating on. That's what we hating on. It's like everything had like we cared about it. It was different. Like now it's a check. And I'm not with that get a check movement. I'm not with that get a check movement. When we did it, they did it because they loved
it. You didn't just want to jump out in a colorful outfit and say some weird shit and get naked and what. It's like, what the, I don't, it's just not for us.
Yeah,
I like to say that it's not for us.
Yeah, you always like to say that it's just not for us, and you're right, it's just not for us. But like I said, when you hear when you hear us critiquing stuff, it's because we're critiquing it, or if you say we hating on it, it's not because we don't appreciate the fact that this is somebody who's doing their thing. Like I'm with that. Do your thing. Go get you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to something like that, it's like, where's the passion? Where's the work? Where's the artistry? Where's the love for it? You know what I'm saying? Like, if all this is so that you can get a check or some ass, like, I can't respect that.
Right.
And that's what it's about. If I don't give a damn if it is mumble rap. If I see there's an artist that's really passionate, putting they all into what they doing and really loving that thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna listen to it, but I can respect it. I'm not gonna listen to it, but I can respect it. I just can't respect this little, I can't. I'm sorry, I just can't respect the lack of artistry and the lack of passion for what it is that you're doing. I don't give a damn if you because I'll go off for hours on that, because I'll be
about putting on a show.
That part,
and it's okay. And that's okay if you want to be a clown, but make sure that you label it as a circus. Don't label it as hip hop.
Yeah, that part. There you go.
That's all I'm saying. Don't put the wrong tag on shit. It ain't like we're gonna stop nothing. Be doing it. This gonna be somebody that come out worse than Sexy Red tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't imagine what's worse than me.
Hey, no, I think that you actually just summed that up better than I even could have when you just said, quit trying to call it a thing. Quit. It's okay. Do your thing. Don't quit putting that title on it because it's not that.
It is absolutely not that.
Yeah, it's okay. You want to do your thing. You want to put out these albums and people want to. That's fine. Just don't call it hip hop.
Because nigga, it's not.
It's not. It's not. But I just think it's funny that I know everybody else watching this doesn't know about how serious you were. Like you probably needed to excuse yourself for a minute talking about Sexy Red. Yeah. You okay?
You made me think about that shit you did to me while you was over here with that Bruno Mars shit.
Hey, I am so disappointed. I'm so disappointed because I actually
lost a gallon of respect for that motherfucker. Like, dude, you're not even that guy. But I don't ever want to talk about that again.
And I respected him as an artist. He was one of the ones that I respected as an artist. But that song lets me know that he done fucked around and let the machine get a hold of him. That's scary.
Oh.
Anyway.
Horrible. That was horrible. That shit was the first thing that made Anderson not smile as big as he be smiling with all them teeth. He was like Silk Sonic over here. We want to disassociate us from that. I don't even know if I want to be a part of Silk Sonic at this moment. Why he doing that bullshit?
Right. Yeah, I think.
That's the first time. It ain't no joke. But what's good? What else is good over there? You got a lot of topics going on.
No, so I mean, I was seeing that kind of shit this morning, and I was just thinking about, I was thinking because those things are taking over the internet right now. You seeing pictures and all these little who's who and all who's the best and who would you remove.
And I used to really enjoy Facebook. I did, especially for the sake of arguing with racists. That's always funny because they never know what they're talking about, and when you tell them, then all of a sudden the conversation's not a conversation anymore. I had one old ass white dude. I'm surprised he even knew what television was, and this motherfucker was on Oxford. Now he would walk to Tennessee and string me up. I was like, damn, I'm gonna get strung up, nigga, because you don't understand what you talking about. I ain't mad at you though. I'm not mad at you.
You can't disagree with nobody no more.
You can't disagree with nobody. And there's a movement for every fucking thing. It's like, dude, sometimes shit just happen in life because there's life. Everything you want to do, there's a group of some people that are gathered in front of somewhat building with their little picket sign and little Priuses. Because everybody got something to be against it. I'm like, dude, some shit is just life. If you don't like it, don't fucking look. That's all I'm saying. There's no reason to protest every fucking thing. But I used to like getting on the internet, and now I really don't, because it was fun at first, and now it's just bullshit. Yeah, I think maybe if the young-minded people would have stayed on MySpace, it was fun while they were still on MySpace. And then they came over, and then it's so much beef. Motherfuckers is getting beat up because of Facebook, shit like that.
Yeah, you're right, and that's I was just talking about that yesterday. It's a movement for every fucking thing. Everybody trying to cancel something.
I know it's tripping. Motherfuckers will get on Facebook and say some shit that they would not say in real life, and I get that.
Yeah.
But somebody get confronted, and motherfuckers be like, this, that, be ready for the fight. They don't say nothing, but they go all the way home 5 blocks away and shut the door and get on Facebook and be like, that bitch got me fucked up. Did she?
Hey,
why you didn't tell her? Down there. That's the kind of shit I can't respect. Because we didn't have Facebook. Motherfucker will come knock on your door and be like, come outside.
Yeah, for real. Hey. Hey.
Yeah, she walking home from school that way. We walking home that way too.
The thing was, it was always somebody like a little friend who didn't want nothing to do with the beef. Come knock on your door, and then you come to the door and you see it's 2-3 motherfuckers in the front yard or out on the sidewalk, and they're like, she wants you to come outside. Yeah. But wasn't they just talking about that on that Coast Contra reaction we did? Old boy said everybody want beef that they won't eat, but use their app to type.
Okay, man. And that
was some real shit.
That's what makes you have to disrespect them.
Yeah.
Because then that's, they know what the fuck they talking about.
Right.
Somebody taught them right, but now I'm still tripping because the twins, and now I know who their parents are. It's like, what?
Right.
Y'all had a very educational upbringing about this shit.
Hell yeah.
The respect,
very educational.
Yeah, the respect is there. And you got with people that were like-minded, and that's awesome. That's an awesome thing. We definitely need to touch on them some more.
Yeah, well, I mean, even just looking at their ages, if you look at how old they are now, that means that, here we are 2025, which means they would have been born and growing up right in the middle of that.
At the best time. Shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they got a front row seat to the real shit.
Because when I hear, man, look, it's all about, I can respect anything that's just, I'm saying, that real shit. It's not saying it ain't none of these people out here no good these days, but it's just not a lot of them. And then some of them will make a song that make you think they get it, and that shit'll be groovy. And the whole album be garbage. I buy one album. It's been a long time since I actually thought, I want the single. Luckily, we got like iTunes and shit, so I can just go get that song I like. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just got the one song on there that's actually hitting, and the rest of it is like, who? What? Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like those apps, honestly, if I'm being serious, I think those apps like your Spotify's and your iTunes and stuff like that, I think even that some played a detriment to the industry of music, because people realize that we can blow up, you know what I'm saying, with a song. Because ain't nobody, they're not going out and buying albums anymore, so we ain't got to worry about them buying the album. If we can get the algorithm going with just a hot song, you know what I'm saying, we're going to make the same amount of money anyway. So,
and just like either they make a dance off of it, hey, once it go on TikTok, you're going to sell that song.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, you got all these sales up on iTunes and all that other kind of stuff, and on Spotify, but it's because they got a hot song.
This is why I don't want to see another fan in my whole life. And I used to pop my fan. I was bad with this shit. I was diva with that shit. I went with my homegirl to this one little spot out here in Antioch, man, and it was a bitch stood up in my face all night long. I'm like, oh, they play this song one more motherfucking time. You finding a reason? I said, I don't even want to go back to that little spot because I'm scared that bitch gonna be in there with a fan. Big one out. Whack. Big and he's standing in front of me with this fucking fan.
I would have loved to have got put into that.
And I liked that song, but that boots on the ground shit, it was cool until that was the one day that made me like, I don't ever want to hear this shit again. I'm going home, and you can't even shut a window shutter too loud around me no more. Don't even pop the shades in the project. I'm gonna get mad. She just was standing right there. Nigga, if you don't get on my face, I had to go over to the bar and just stand there. Just across the fucking room. The
Man,
club is this.
I would have loved somebody to send me footage of that.
Oh my God. My homegirl
Oh,
Alicia was like, "What's wrong?"
Hey,
I can already see it in your face. I'm like, if this motherfucker pull this fan out one more thing, I'm gonna have to clothesline this hoe while she going to the bathroom.
Hey,
and I ain't even violent. I'm just gonna stick my arm out and clothesline the shit out of this bitch.
What you think about what you think? I was interested to find out. You know, you was talking about different things. What is your take on those tiny desks? The tiny desk shows. I'm kind of digging them. I'm kind of liking it.
Dig them and the little front porch joints.
Yeah.
That's some cool shit. I dig that. And I think that, I mean, it's just, you know, it giving the music a different sound. And we're not even going to talk about the greatest because Scarface was so fucking awesome.
Scarface closed it, man. He shut it down.
Yeah, he shut it down. We're not even going to talk about that. But yeah, it gives like a slightly different perspective to the music because they just in there playing instruments and stuff. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I think the first one found out about, I'm trying to think who was it. Something I can't even remember who it was that I saw the first one. And then my boy was like, no, that's a thing. They got a shit. Usher got one and da-da and da-da-da. And I was like, oh, for real. And I started looking them up and I was like, damn, this is cool as fuck. I love that.
I'm liking them too. And one of the things that I'm loving about them is getting them out from behind the mixing board too. You gotta come in. You gotta come in there and really sing. Like we get a chance to hear you for real.
Right. And they did. What's his name? The one that started off Erykah Badu's backup singer, Bernard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, his was awesome. But that boy can sing. He can sing.
Yeah. I'm loving it. Here's the part that I need while we sitting up here talking about old and young and this, that, and other. So the tiny desk thing is not just regulated for old people. It's not just regulated for old artists. Huh?
Yeah, I said no, it's not. Not at all.
Yeah. So here's what I want people to pay attention to when they're wondering what it is we're talking about when it comes to music. I want to see how many of the newer artists actually step in there and do one of those tiny desk things where they don't have the protection of the producer. That's what I want to see.
When they just went in there,
yeah.
I like to see that too.
Yeah, how many of them are going to show you the voice without the auto tune?
Matter of fact, I need to go. I will make that my mission today to go back and read because now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't seen any. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm curious. I may do that too. I may go dig and see if I can find any of them where a newer artist. Because if they do, listen, I'm the first one too. If they do it and they step up there and do their thing without the production, I'm gonna show them all the love in the world. All right, listen, I see you actually do got the skill to do your job, but I haven't seen every person that I've seen has been, you know, I guess some people will say we still like them, so they're ours. I'm like, you do realize, you know, I've heard that too before. Oh, we still bump their music, so they claim them as theirs. It's like, no, they come from there. You know what I'm saying? But everybody that I've seen that's done a show so far is pre-2000. You know, comes from pre-2000. So yeah, I'm curious now. I brought up something that I didn't even know the answer to, but I'm gonna
go back and look today to see if it's anybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
That you mentioned, I don't think I've seen anybody.
Yeah, and if it is, I'm gonna highlight them next time we get on here, just so I can say, "Hey, I told you, I show the love."
Okay.
Yeah.
And what this is interesting because I was gonna make note that it's because most of them, it's some Brits out there like Nicole Bus. You know they do their shit, but I was interested to see how many black girls because the other day this was something else I was gonna tell you about, and they was like the most beautiful black women in Hollywood. Every single one of them was a half breed. except for Naomi Campbell. I mean, every single one of them was like Puerto Rican, white, and black, or you know what I'm saying? They had Zoe Dominican, and they had like, and I'm tripping because I'm like, damn, everybody y'all picked ain't black at all. So I'm like, where's the black women? So I'm eager to see that too. There's a lot of that in the music.
I kind of get in my feelings about you like that.
But you can't say that because you're a half breed.
But I get in my feelings about shit like that for real, because it's like, who gets to make that call?
Right. Like, whose opinion is this, and why is it really like? I mean, it's cool. You could just say it, the most beautiful women, okay, or whatever you thought. But the fact that you labeled them as black and ain't none of them visibly black is crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They had like Zendaya, ain't she black and white too? And I'm not tripping.
Hey, listen, and ain't nothing wrong with that. She is beautiful, but it's like, who gets to make that fucking call? And why did you put that label on it?
Yeah, I'm looking for black women. I mean, don't get it twisted. We all mixed with something. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying I'm looking for black women who was more than 3/4 black.
Right.
I'm gonna say it like that because a lot of us, like, you know what I'm saying, got Indian or whatever, and it's some stuff that might appear that way, and that's cool. I'm not fucked up with it. But I'm saying, when you say black women, I'm waiting on you to pull out Kenya Moore or some shit. I'm saying I'm waiting on black women.
And I'm gonna give it a different take than what you said, and I agree with you, but I'm gonna give it a different take. I don't even care, you know, especially being, you know, from mixed descent myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care about them having, not all black, you know, mixed people on the list. Where I got the problem was what you just said, that it was all mixed people, that it was like there was no, you know what I'm saying, like, if you could, because I know what I identify as, I know what my upbringing was, I know what my life was like. So you can have, you know, mixed people that you have on there, that you know, black women, that's fine. Because I know some black women in Hollywood that are mixed, that's a sister to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But damn, how you gonna have a list where it ain't no chocolate on there?
It ain't none. Naomi Campbell was the only one, and they never did even say who number one was. And of course, you know, they would pick Halle Berry. You know, my only thing with Halle Berry with crybaby ass is that she goes on. When she was doing interviews, like back in the day, she would go on the interviews with like she went on BET, did an interview. I can't even remember who was doing it, but I'll never forget it because she was like talking about when she was in school, it was all these kids, and then it was little old black me, and you know, like she just accepted it. But then the next thing you know, you see her on with the white folks, she's just like, just me and my mom, and my dad wasn't there. Yes, he's black too. And then she crying, just like she cried about Davis Justice, just like she cried about Eric Benet. I'm like, bitch, quit crying. Okay, just crying. Everything in your life ain't that sad. But she talked about how basically her daddy wasn't shit and he left her, and that was the black me. But I was here. With the white. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, but over there you was just like, you felt some kind of way because you was the only little black kid, which you wasn't black. But I mean, that's why I don't fuck with Halle Berry, because she's a whole ass problem. And people are like, well, you know, Renee could treat her like that because he could get 100 Halle Berrys, but to the average nigga, she's a perfect woman. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. She's a fucking problem. Even now, she started going with white dude. Now they beating each other up and having to go to court and shit. Like, that's a problem ass bitch.
Right.
Can't be okay, so she's pretty, but she's problematic. It's a reason why motherfuckers be single. Other than the fact that people always like, maybe she don't want to settle down. It's something wrong in there. You don't just see somebody, you know, that's supposedly, you got to remember that when we seeing these people, we just seeing the outward part of it.
That's right.
They smile and watch the cameras and shit. You don't know nothing about them people, but it was obvious from the beginning that Halle Berry is problematic. She got issues in her fucking head. Period.
Yeah. I never understood that either. No, I never understood that either. Like we fall in love with people. We quick to fall in love with people, and I mean, like, listen, I got people that I fan out over, like, you know, we do shit like, you know, I got people that's like, oh, she fine, oh, that's my nigga, or you know, but I ain't never understood that always, like they holier than thou, put them up on some sort of pedestal, because like you said, what we see is what's presented to us. We don't know these motherfuckers. We don't know what it's like.
Everybody had a thing, like nobody was checking for Morris Chestnut back when he was Ricky. They was talking about how black he was. I was all over, dude. I was like, oh, he done always been fine to me. So one time when they used to have a little place downtown called the Mix Factory, and they was like, he was gonna be a guest. The motherfuckers like, I know you're gonna break your neck going to see me. And I was like, no, because I'm not trying to fuck up the fantasy. We know about the reality. I don't want to meet that nigga because look, he'll fuck around and be shorter than I thought, or skinnier than I thought, or he'll look funny without the family, he'll have acne. I don't know. I'm not willing to fuck up the fantasy of who that is.
Right.
For me. I dig him like that, but leave him over there. I don't want to meet him for what? For what?
Yeah.
You get on the find that they done
find out he a complete psycho.
Somebody fine as hell and open their mouth and fuck it up in the first 2 seconds, even with the tone of their voice. Believe that shit. Especially to a neurotic, finicky motherfucker like me. I omit it. Nigga, I'm neurotic as fuck. What? Why you doing that? Why you out moving like that?
That's fuck up the fantasy. That's when the no.
We know about the reality. Don't fuck with the fantasy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You don't fuck with the fantasy. Come on now. That's where we get to be our best selves, is in our fantasy.
Yeah.
That's some private shit. You know, that's some private shit. Don't interrupt that. I don't want to meet that nigga. Not ever. I'm good.
Hey.
I'm sick.
You said what? What you
I'm
say?
straight. I'm straight. I'm good. I don't need to meet nobody except Ice Cube.
You that's gotta, hey Cube, you ever see one of these? Cube, you ever see one of these? Hey, what's the Make-A-Wish Foundation? Let me call them.
What I gotta play like I'm going through something.
That'll get you a visit.
And that's for real. And I'll probably be sitting down really just trying to talk to that nigga about his thought processes, because he's a hell of a storyteller.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do if I ever get to meet Face. I just want to sit down and talk to him about how he do his thing, because I'm in awe of that man.
Man, let me tell you something. I was listening to Scarface. I was coming back in town the other day, and I put on a Scarface playlist, and I was listening to different Scarface songs the whole way back. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Scarface has ever made a single song that I don't like.
Really? I don't. He hasn't. I don't believe so. I told you he's one of them. He was talking about X. That's what I told you when he was talking about X. My thing is this: there are just people that all they got to do is say they dropping an album tomorrow. And I mean, if Sam Goody still existed, I would be standing in line in the morning to get that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'll be standing in the front door tower like, gotta get the new. Yeah, I don't play about them. It's just certain people that I really don't give a fuck what they put on wax. I take it. You know what I'm saying?
Know that they're never, there's going to be some that are better than others, but they're never going to give you trash.
Right. Never. Because it's like the way they brain work. It's kind of impossible for them to come with something that's going to, make me feel like, oh God, what made him say that? What made him do that? You know what I'm saying? It's just you got them people, and he's one of those people. I listen to all the fuck.
You know what I gotta get? I'm gonna have you do it, or I'm gonna get Meg. But I gotta get somebody to give me a audio sample of that no. So So when we have something on here that ain't right, I can punch that in.
No, it's got to be a faith because that's what made it so special.
Yeah, I got to get that.
Like, I'm gonna let you finish talking, but while you're talking, I'm letting you know how it go. That's not how it's supposed to work.
I gotta get a sample of that. One way, shape, or form, I'm gonna get that.
What's up? And you said a nigga, I'll never forget that either. Knew what you was doing too. My brother. That's my brother. Man. Knew what you was doing. Try to even warm nobody.
We have a lot of stories to tell. We'll leave it at that for right now.
Yeah.
But hey, with that said, y'all, hey, I wanna thank all y'all for joining us for this particular episode. We'll be back. Keep coming back. Keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. We enjoy being here together. We enjoy being here with y'all. So until the next time, we love y'all. Peace.
All right. Peace out.